we're back. We're going to take a look at some Lamb of God and some Era. We just got out of seeing Era. That was off of their new tour, so we're pretty stoked on their album. And then we're going right into Lamb of God tomorrow. For their new album, Into Oblivion. So we're going to have a look at just a handful of songs from both of them. I think we're going to kind of like aim it a little bit around the tour, a little bit. Just some of the stuff that we want to hear from Lamb of God coming up tomorrow and just get right through it. So we're going to try the bit of a tier list thing as we go along here and just move right through these songs and just where they hit for us. So let's get it.
So we'll start with Blood Junkie.
I didn't realize that they remastered it.
Obviously, it was needed. I mean, it's one of the, it's an ancient song. When I saw it in the set list, I couldn't believe it. It's just like Lamb of God's always been legendary for going back and grabbing an old tune.
Did they remaster Boot Scraper as well?
Probably. Good song too.
Yeah.
But like Blood Junkie is the last song I thought they would ever go back and grab. But doing just a little bit of deep dive before this, first thing I learned, which we've been listening to Lambs since I don't know. I was 14 years old.
Yeah, 20 years at least.
20 years. I just found out that it's Randy is his middle name, by the way. His first name is David. His name is David Randall, and it's pronounced Bly.
Randall.
It's pronounced Bly. How the hell did I go 20 years without knowing that?
I feel like I knew that it was Bly. I think I heard him say that it was Bly once or twice live.
Somewhere along the way I must have. I just didn't remember. But yeah, so it's David Randall Bly.
David Bly.
You want to see some magic?
No.
And so anyways, Blood Junkie is an ancient tune.
The artist formerly known as Randall. the artist formerly known as Randall Blythe.
Randy Blythe. I thought it was Blythe. Or I always said Blythe. So like, fuck what everyone else is calling it Blythe. Because I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Because I was fucking Bly. And then also the song, by the way, like lyrically, I think one of the reasons they're playing it is if you read the lyrics, you know, it is very political, and it's kind of back then it was more of a George Bush, you know, angle. But I think he's reapplying it to Trump because we know he doesn't like Trump.
True.
At the same time, you can apply it another way. I don't know if you want to say it. These lyrics could also refer to a sneaky fucker, for anyone who knows what that is.
Are you familiar in zoology with this is the actual term, so you'll forgive if it's crass, the sneaky fucker strategy? Do you know what that is?
I suspect I do, yes.
Yeah, it's gonna do. So Blood Junkie remix. Let's get it.
Just ignore that.
Word. Yep. Uh-huh.
It was just like a different scene too, right? Like, this was like what, 2013? That feels like sooner than I thought. I thought it'd be older than that. Oh, maybe the remaster. Okay, yeah, like it's got to be like what, 2005 or 6, maybe
7. As yeah, as
something like
a
that.
burn.
Fucking old school anyway. So like back then at least, anyways. Like obviously the political climate was different enough. You know, it was such a normal thing for most people to have these kinds of fucking opinions back then. If you were a fucking artist of any kind, and it was just standard.
I still think it's cool though. I think it's cool that Randy hasn't changed. You know,
yeah.
Like I mean, he is punk, and it's the way it's. You know, if he changed, it would have sucked. Because he's changed a lot, being sober and all that shit.
Yeah,
but
I guess so. But like the mainstream like narrative has obviously changed with that. So like the idea of like counterculture is just a completely different idea nowadays, right? Like. At least in some side, even on either.
Yeah,
side,
but so changing with that makes you a fucking not punk and makes you a loser. It just makes you some sort of conformist in its own right. So it's like
that's true.
The fact that they're going back and playing this,
that's
partially for political.
It's fucking classic.
I like Randy's whole aura, man. You know.
Yeah.
Like it.
Who gives a shit at the end of the day? As long as it's fucking good music and it's like, you know, remotely relevant to anything, then whatever, it's good.
So if they're doing it for 20 years and they're consistent with it,
yeah.
You know.
All right, let's get to it. So old school. Lamb of God, Blood Junkie, that's it.
Yeah. Little nugget at the end. Pure goosebumps tomorrow, man. Let's go. That's sweet. It's gonna be a banger.
Yeah, that's one of those songs that's like designed to be live. You know what I mean? Like that's a live, like they know what they're doing with that song. Like live.
For old school fans, though, I think.
Yeah, but like it'll get even like the newer school, like it just like live though, that'll get a crowd going. You know,
We'll see how it sounds. Like, because you mentioned the other day when we were at Era, it's like a free remastering.
like when bands kind of take a throwback to their really really old stuff and they do it live, it's kind of like getting a free remaster essentially of what it was. So it is kind of cool that way. I have a feeling that like live, like a lot of that stuff would sound significantly different enough, but it would be like, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of like just like rhythmic like chug going on in that song that's just like.
And Lamb of God's always Kings live, so it'll sound good. You know?
Yeah, they don't fuck around, and that's the kind of stuff that I feel like it's just really gets a crowd just pumped. So how do you want to rank this? Let's do a quick rundown. Driving, traveling, like
especially the back little bit.
Out of 10, what do you say?
8. Happy when it comes on. I'm driving 100%.
I'd say 7. We'll cut the difference. Fucking just 7. Gym sports, it's gonna be up there.
Yeah,
Same thing. 8. Yeah. Work study, maybe like a 6. Probably like 2.
Yeah.
A bit like too heavy for like, you know, it's getting focused.
5 or 6, but it's not enough of like a thinker to like.
Yeah.
When it would play, it wouldn't distract me. I don't think.
It wouldn't be that bad, but like, you know, definitely not like super chill or nothing. Live show's got to be like 9 out of 10, right? Like it's got. I mean, I guess we'll find out, but my guess would be at least a 9. Like that's like I think that song is just meant to be fucking.
Especially at this day of age, them going all the way back and grabbing a song like that, 100%.
Party like regular like just in public, it's got to be like a fucking 3.
You can't play that.
2.
Yeah, you can't play that. You can't play that at a party.
No, like I not maybe a 3, maybe a 3. Like maybe there is a place that like people would be kind of down, maybe somewhere.
Just because it's Slam. Like,
yeah,
of all metal bands,
I'll give it a 3.
Others,
Family low key fucking 1 or 0.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 0, fucking 0.
Yeah.
Wilderness. I actually hold on one second. It's all right. So wilderness, out in the jungle and shit like that, just roaming around. Just, you know, if you're having like one of those like, you know, soul connections.
It's hard to separate. It's hard to separate the song, right? Because obviously, like the melodic sort of part towards the end.
Yeah, there's some
like
parts of it that would be all right. Like it's still not going to be like one of the better ones, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Like
it's in the middle, 5. Whatever.
Yeah, I'd put a 5. And then with your girl, the same thing. Like maybe a 2, 1 or 2. 1.
No.
It's better than family, but like no.
I mean, if you got a girl who's down with that, then it's 10
like
out of 10.
like
but
you
like,
might. I can give it a 2. Like there's somebody out there that would have a like if she's down, then you're gonna have a wicked time to that. You know what I mean? like that's either a 0 or a 10.
Well, like you
on
can't.
The girl.
It's not a breakup song either, so it's not even.
No,
it's not a chick song at all.
Yeah, I could give it a 1. All right. There you go. So we'll tally those up. So just so this is how we're gonna do things going forward. A little bit of a tier list, sort of. I guess you can call it. We'll kind of like match these scores up towards what we got at the end, and then see how things are. Let's do Grace. So this is they're adding this to their set list.
Yeah, this is on the set list, which is, you know, again, between Blood Junkie and this is 2 biggest surprises for sure, right?
It's good that they're doing that kind of like. Obviously, you gotta like change it up once in a while and adding just little like monkey wrenches into it. I wonder why. Like, I wonder if there's like a. I mean, obviously, you have to get them on the ass.
Like I said, I think the Blood Junkie was a political reason. This one, I'm not sure. I think just a good subset of fans who really liked it. That's pretty basic lyrics. I don't know, but whatever. Cool.
Wrath is a fucking wicked album. I'm super down with this album. This is gonna be dope. Let's get into it. Yeah. So Grace, Lamb of God. The sound of
That
that.
the bass line there towards the end, it's kind of reminded me of Break You.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it kind of had a bit of that, didn't it? Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But it still had like there's something about that album like that it had that I don't know like the way that album sounds like it has that sort of twangy thing to it. I don't know what you call it, but
The amazing thing about Lamb, and we've talked about, like, I don't think on this channel at all, but just in person, it's like when you hear a song by them, you instantly identify the album. You know which album it's from based on the sound.
yeah,
But like they've never changed enough to like be bad. They changed enough for each individual album to have its own sort of sound to it.
yeah,
But it's never been changed enough to be like not down with it. It's so incredible that they've been able to do that. You know?
yeah. I think it's just because they haven't really like fucked around too hard. You know what I mean? They kind of like stayed in the pocket of what they're good at, without getting.
But they changed enough to make it unique enough for that
Yeah.
album to be unique,
Yeah.
a unique sound.
Yeah, yeah. You can definitely tell like the different eras that they were in at different points.
Probably
yeah.
some really good guitarists could like identify what it is that's the difference in the sound from album to album. Obviously, I can't, but like when I hear a song, I know which album it's from. Just, even like a song like that I'm not that familiar with, I know it's from Wrath. You know?
Yeah, that is going to be good live too. Like that.
Yeah, it's one of those songs will be heavy, it'll feel heavier live, I think.
Yeah, probably. It's heavy, but it had like some good melodic parts in it. It kind of goes around a little bit. And driving and traveling, what'd you say?
Yeah, 100%. That's
That's got to be up there. 9, 10?
Yeah, 9. Yeah,
Gym, sports, again, that's got to be up there, I think.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, 8. Like,
Yeah.
like
8.
some
It doesn't, I don't know if it'll pump you up for the gym though.
it's one of those
if
things
you're-
like if you're
not
kind of
really
like waiting for an epic moment, you know what I mean? Like, you might get into that. It might.
It wouldn't be
spur
like
you
it
on.
wouldn't be your go-to like walk-up song, you know.
It might get you into it though. Like it might catch you and kind of push you into it potentially. Like if you're already kind of in there, just kind of in monotony and not just kind of just you know what I mean. Work study. It's actually not that bad. I actually think
it's
this.
a chill song. I think it's like a 7. Yeah, it's a chill
Yeah,
song.
yeah, I'll give it a 7. Live show. I mean, I guess we're gonna
We'll
find
find
out.
out.
It's got to be an 8. Party not
For a
10.
Lamb song, I think you'd be like a 4 or 5.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family Low Key 1.
Oh, yeah.
Wilderness Soul Trip.
Sure.
Pretty
Yeah,
fucking good. Yeah, again, like 7, 6, 7.
6. Yeah, 6.
It's fucking 6, 7.
Higher than Blood Junkie, so it has to be 3 then.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like yeah. Again, like one of those things where either it's you're hitting a home run or fuck all. So
Yeah.
the new Lamb of God.
The new album, obviously been listening to it like crazy. The album
Yeah.
overall, typical Lamb of God. It's unique enough. It's new enough.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you've heard it before. The second you listen to it, it's like this sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
But it's unique enough that you know it's new. It doesn't sound the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
It also like there's enough stuff on the album too that I feel like Lamb of God does have that factor of it gets better with age. Like a lot of their shit gets better with age. You know
It's
what I mean?
like finest wine ever.
Exactly,
man.
yeah. And I feel like we're at the point now that we've known Lamb of God long enough that you can kind of get a feel for the songs that are going to do that. And then you can definitely tell that there's like at least a handful of songs on this album that are going to do the same fucking
That
thing.
will grow on you.
Like
yeah.
nothing's like
Not there yet
this
for
is the
you.
one that's gonna stand out probably. But my guess is by give it even a couple of years, maybe even a few years, and I bet you there's like 2 or 3 that like fucking
St.
absolutely
Catherine's
overtake it.
Wheels. There's some songs in there. Yeah, Parasocial Christ for sure.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a little more time to get the hang of. But
yeah, stuff that's gonna just kind of like slowly build up to being
this
like,
song out of the
addicting.
gate for me just. I was obsessed. I was literally playing it like 10 times a day for like a week. I slow down a little bit just because it's not on the set
fucking
list.
sick.
But for me, it's a banger. It's absolute like classic Lamb of God.
Yeah,
Sounds like you've heard it before, but it's unique enough.
Yeah.
Randy kills it.
Yep.
It's all around just like peak.
yep.
In 2026, we're still getting peak Lamb of God, man. Let's freaking go, man. You know?
It's actually like the last couple of years have been really nice for metal. Actually, there's been some good shit coming too. Like really since the Olympics with Gojira, I think like it's kind of taken a bit of a nice uptick. Like in general, like the whole genre has kind of taken a nice bump
Yeah.
from that.
Well, like think about it this way, man. Like Lamb of God released Ruin, which they're opening the show tomorrow with Ruin.
It's gonna be so sick.
Ruin was released in 2003.
Yeah.
2003. It's
I mean,
2026.
Did we do Ruin already?
I'm saving it. I don't think so. We definitely have not done Ruin. That's
I mean,
one of my favorites. It's my favorite metal song of all.
Yeah.
To me, it's the best metal song of all time.
Yeah, I can see it.
To me, it is the best metal song of all time.
It's an anthem for sure, 100%.
Because it's so old and whatever. But it's 2003. Ruin came out. They're opening the show with it.
Yeah.
It's still to this day one of the greatest metal songs of all time. I think it's the best. Now we're hearing a brand new song by them 23 years later.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, and just right on the money. Like they not,
there's no other modern metal band that is even
it goes
close.
to it also goes to show like you really don't have to change much, right? Like stick with what like you are actually good at, and just evolve it like naturally with what your sound already is. And then this is how you end up with Lamb of
Don't
God.
change
That's
too much.
Yeah.
Whatever album blows you up, don't change too much from that. Fail it, stuck with comments, collapse. You know, who knows? We won't get into it again. But
yeah, it is an argument of like where like those kind of artistry type things kind of, you know what I mean? I don't know. There's something to some of the artists that have like evolved so heavily, but like in terms of bands that have just stood the test of time, it doesn't get more solid than Lamb of God. It just doesn't.
Lamb of God's an absolute anomaly in metal, right? Like, obviously the older bands, like the Metallicas and stuff, they had longevity, but back then, you know, the distribution was controlled. But Lamb of God's the only modern metal band in the last 20, 30 years to have longevity, let alone like this kind of longevity, where 2003 Ruin is still an insane song to this day, and this new album is pumping out bangers that are just as sick, you know?
Yeah.
They're an absolute unicorn.
Yeah. I mean, apparently they're not playing this live though, which is kind of interesting.
No, they're not playing at the show, unfortunately. But you know, because they diversify so much in their set list, right?
True.
So they're playing the big songs from the new album right out of the gate, as they should do. I think as time goes
it's almost
on,
at 1 million now already. Do you think this one's already hitting a little underrated or what? I mean, obviously not playing it, but like maybe it's.
What does I see Killing Floor there? How much does that have? Go down, Killing Floor. So yeah, people. But I think
26.
they released it. They released it as part of like the first wave of songs.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I got more views of the big songs on the album. It's the least because they're not playing it. Obviously, they're not pushing it. Like Sepsis, Parasocial Christ, and Into Oblivion are the three big ones, right?
Yeah.
That they're pushing. But I think this is to me so far right out of the gate, it was my favorite song.
Blunt Force Blues, Lamb of God.
Go.
Cigarettes and falling snow. Back when things still matter. An optimistic overdose. A heart that was infection.
I mean, they obviously put out a music video, so that helps the views.
Like we'll see that live at some point. I'm almost positive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm still surprised that they aren't doing it on their first round. Yeah, it's
So good.
that song would be so sick live. Like it's even designed. I feel like they even like wrote parts of that song like clearly knowing how good it was going to be live. You don't put a go in your song
Yeah.
like knowing it's going to be live.
There's
like,
a couple goes on this new album.
yeah, another round.
Couple
with that.
goes.
Fucking, they
I
don't
love
know-
it. I
They
love
know
it.
exactly what they're fucking doing.
Love it.
Yeah. All right.
It was like when I first heard the drum like the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, I'm like, it's kind of maybe a corny thing for them to do, but like no, they
Yeah.
make it work. They only do
Yeah.
it a couple times. They place it properly. They understand not to overdo it and stuff. They're just legends, man. Gods.
Yeah. I mean, well, yeah.
Gods of metal.
Lambs of gods.
True.
Gods of lamb.
I'm like 10 across the board here. I don't know.
All of it, yeah. You
Especially
think
right now.
yeah. Are you just blinded by?
I'm
fucking
so hooked right now. That
drive. Yeah, it's gonna be up there for drive. I mean, like if you're a
Driving's
metalhead,
9. I don't do 10 anything, but like
I'll
it's
put a
not
9.
in my top
Jam,
5 favorite
Jam's gonna
songs
be a
of all time.
9. I'll give it a 9 on the gym too. I'll say 9 out of 10 driving, 9 out of 10 gym sports, work study, a little less, but like
Right now, it would distract the shit out of me because I'm so into it. But,
Yeah.
like once it's like kind of settled in as like a normal
maybe
song
so.
for me, you know. But
live show.
It's
That's
gotta be
gotta be a 9.
yeah, banger.
A party again, like
Prison
probably a
the Party,
3 in general for like most people, but again, it's one of those things like either you're in a place that you can do it or you can't.
Yeah,
Family Low Key is fucking
yeah,
1.
0
Wilderness Soldier. Yeah.
for me. Yeah, 7. But yeah, no, it's not really a Walking in the Woods song.
Yeah, it's a little too like fucking into it. Yeah. But it's up there. Like you know what I mean? Like you're like
Yeah,
a metalhead that's
yeah.
like down with it. You're gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
chilling in the woods
Yeah.
with it. Late Times again, it's gonna be like
yeah.
it's just you're either like
Depends on the
to the
chick,
fucking
yeah.
moon or nothing.
It's not a breakup song or anything, so whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go with that. We got Lamb of God tomorrow. That's gonna be fucking so sick. I'm so good.
Yeah, let's go. And they play so much good stuff. They're doing Ruin. They're doing 11th Hour. They're doing
We've
Late
seen them
Duress,
now.
Rock Me Out.
So many fucking times.
It's got to be 13 or 14, something like that.
More. We were at like 12, like 5 concerts ago. I swear to God.
Sure. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. Yeah,
I think we're
it's in the ballpark of 15.
north of 15 times seeing them at least.
Yeah,
We've seen them like almost every
year.
Almost every year.
Yeah.
It's definitely up there. And then sometimes twice a year. I think we saw them 3 times one year. We've actually seen Era quite a bit now too. Actually,
Yeah,
I've
Era's
seen
getting
Era
up
a
there.
lot.
I feel like Aaron might be my second most seen band.
It's up there. Yeah, they come up here a lot. I've seen that. I've also gone to the States and seen them a few times, like just separately. Yeah, I've had to have seen Era now 7 or 8 times at least. But yeah,
or
so
4
let's get right into it. I mean, their new album's dope. So like that concert was so good. They sounded really good. Honestly, Jesse's was really good too. I mean, I've seen concerts where Jesse was kind of like lackluster live.
Yeah.
This one he was actually fucking good. Like he actually he's not as good as JT is live still, like in terms of vocals.
I think those clean vocals just don't work as well in metal for some reason.
It's some of his
Live.
vocals though, like his vocals also tend to like are so ranged and pretty like out there. Like I feel like the way that he so a lot of his vocals in the album versions are kind of stemming from quality recording in the first place, and it just doesn't really translate the same way that a heavy scream does, especially with JT. Like he's able to consistently push that out the whole fucking show.
It's probably something to do with like the sound production and stuff, right?
Yeah,
The
like, it's
producer,
just the nature
in
of
the
it.
building.
There are songs too that were definitely like better designed, I think, for the album than it was like live, and I think they've started to like hone in on that a little bit better. Again, Jesse sounds good now. Like honestly, he's come a long way.
Good. He sounded good, DJ.
Yeah.
It's the thing about like Protest to Hero, right? I mean, obviously it's different. It's extreme, and it was a small stage and stuff, but like
Yeah.
it sounded really bad. I use that as a kind of my reference. Like Jesse's bad when he sounded bad. The times we've seen him, it reminds me of when we saw Protest. It's just like I'm not saying it's him because we saw him again on Tuesday. He sounded
it
more
might
like
be
him.
like a sound problem, like or just
I think it's a production thing. Yeah,
it could be, yeah. But it's still odd that like, I've never seen JT sound bad though, as well. In contrast,
Screaming always just I don't know. The screaming
translates
always
better?
sounds. It seems to.
there's definitely some screamers that have struggled.
I mean, you think about like Meshuggah Bleed, how bad that sounded live when we saw it.
Well,
one
that
time.
was like
It's like
that
that's
wasn't just
production
their
value-
vocals,
it's production,
all-
right?
Yeah, that was production. It had to. Have
So I'm
been.
saying that's how much impact the production can have to ruin them, right? Because obviously they don't
Yeah.
normally sound bad live. There's no way.
It's for what it's worth. We've only seen Meshuggah once, and they sounded like shit. And to this day, like we need to go and see them live again just to like get past it, because like
There's
obviously,
no way it typically sounds that bad.
yeah. Like one of the songs that like stood out for us live was this Cicada Siren by Era. They're playing it live. It's fucking awesome. It's still a really good
It's so
song.
good.
It's
Yeah.
like obviously designed to be like hard
You know
pumping
what-
live.
You know, one of the things too, like again, in the past when we see bands and they've released a new album and they play new songs, I've usually not been a fan of that because like you don't have time to get the hang of the song to enjoy it live that much. But this album just right out of the gate is so good, and a lot of it's catchy out of the gate. It's easy to pick up and enjoy live. Yeah, in the past, if I went and saw a band and they played 5 new songs, I would have been bummed. But I'm actually not bummed. I wasn't bummed. They were all good.
Like the bass drum in this is oddly similar. It felt like it was oddly
So
similar.
I picked it up early on when I first listened to the album, and then when we were at the show on Tuesday, the couple guys next to us,
yeah.
I mentioned it before the song came on because I knew the set list. So I'm like, I said to you, I'm like, hey, this is the Meshuggah song, and like when it hit, the guy who was in like sitting next to us, he looked at me, he's like, yep, we'll do it side by side here and let's see.
Yeah. And this is a fucking dope song. Let's get into it.
It's a flex. It's a flex to do it. It's not like
yeah,
a
for
rip off.
sure.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
a flex to do it, right?
Yeah, they didn't overdo it either. It wasn't the whole song the way like Bleed is. It definitely like I think they put it in the chorus,
Just a
something like
part.
that. Like it's
Just
just
a
a part
part,
of it, and it's just the bass drum. You can tell that they're getting the same sort of like rhythm out of it. But yeah,
Well, I think Meshuggah is respected enough. Whereas if you can pull it off, go ahead.
yeah, you can definitely take the nods to that. And there's no problems with that.
They don't
Yeah.
care. They're like, oh, go ahead. If you can do
Yeah,
it, go ahead.
And for what it's worth, it sounded so good live. It was bumping live.
Yeah.
We were definitely digging it. So let's get into it. Cicada Siren, Era.
You gotta pause it here. Just do it.
It's so good. Pretty close, dude. It's fucking good. You know what?
Let's go.
It's not a problem. It's not an issue ever having with this. You're allowed to take your nods to Meshuggah.
This is sick.
Absolutely. It is a fine art to do this and get away with it, but it's fucking solid. So, I mean, that song's fucking dope. Honestly,
song, dude.
there's some definitely like there's some
song.
parts of that
Keep
song I think
going
are
on,
gonna
yeah.
grow on me pretty good.
100%.
Like that's a grower for sure.
You know what I learned too? Like I went a long period of time there without being at a show, and like we didn't mosh or anything, but just like the headbanging and jumping and stuff. Like I'm sore as shit, dude.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, just the headbanging maybe. I don't know. My back's fucking. I mean, my back's always sore, but
That can tend to do it to me too. Like my lower back, I have like standing for like 3-4 hours. Like
true.
maybe
It might
do
just be the standing. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a good driver. I'd say 8.
Yeah, I'll go 8.
Jim, for me, it's got I'd say a 9 too. Like there's a part of that song like the
The Meshuggah part.
I can't kill that.
True.
Like hitting the
And-
fucking weight on
and-
that would be fucking dope.
And the Meshuggah parts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I think there's some good spots. in
Meshuggah's
there.
always gym music.
That would be up there for me. This is kind of chill too. Like I feel like this would be a decent work like study song too. Like it's
Yeah,
like got some good flow to it. Like I'd say like 7 or an 8.
Yeah.
Live, like that was good live. I said 8 at least.
So, yeah, the reason it's nice live is because again, it's a new song, but you're able to pick up and follow it live, which is unusual for metal,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, and it has
A lot
like,
of times-
breaks in it. It has like the like you know what even like you had first time hearing it, you kind of know when some of those breaks are coming. Like you know, like
Right.
I lost my will to exist.
Yeah, right. You can enjoy it first time live. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say a 3 again at party probably, but like I feel like there's some realm where you can get away with that a little bit. Like Era's of all like the metal bands that we have that are like pretty heavy, like
Yeah.
Era's one of the ones that you can get away with a little better.
Yeah.
Typically, 1 again.
Well, again, like as you mentioned when we were there, it's like there was more. I think there's more chicks there than usual.
Yeah, there definitely feels like there's more female presence with Era. Just because, like, I think just having the more melodic.
Having Jesse and then
tones.
JT just being a stud that helps.
Yeah, I feel like that probably helps. Yeah. Wilderness, I say like a 7, 8, somewhere up there, like maybe 6, 7. Again,
Yeah.
like somewhere in there, like there's some pretty good spots in that where I feel like you could have a good, kind of like transcendent sort of like train of thought with that song, like just hanging out. Again, I'd
So
say
Lady
like a
Times, it's
3.
still more than Lamb. It's more than Lamb.
Yeah.
it's higher than Lamb of God.
Lady Times, I'd say for a breakup that might not be too bad either. Like I've lost my will to
Yeah,
exist.
yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
you could do
I
pretty
think-
good with that.
Yeah.
I give it a 4. So yeah, let's just hit that one up. That song's phenomenal. Honestly, that's gonna grow on me still. Another one that's kind of stuck out to me. They were actually doing live with their tour. Here, let me move. This one was sticking out to me. Like the end of the album is obviously dope. Like it stuck out pretty early. This one I've been kind of bumping extra. Like the last parts of this song are fucking.
I've been wanting to
killer.
put more time into it. I haven't put much time into it because I was trying to like just listen to the set list.
Yeah.
But the back half of this album, definitely the back third of this album you need to put some time into it.
Yeah. Feels like one of those like a really nice one like that. So that's one was standing out to me. So let's get into this one and In the Gut of the Wolf off of the new album.
Crossing you over, the earth rises high enough.
fucking good, man.
Yeah.
Again, another like good contrasted kind of song. This album's got some pretty interesting. I think there's actually a lot of influences going on in this album. Actually, now that I think about it, like there's a couple things I noticed. So like the 1, 2, 3 at the back of the album, like we all know that's like sort of. I don't know if it's a direct homage to the Contortionist and yeah, Egress, Void, Light, like the 1, 2, 3 at the back of Exoplanet. I mean, I don't know if that's a direct reference to that. Obviously, like Contortionist way before them. For what it's worth, maybe Contortionist is doing the same thing from somewhere else. But that's kind of what I felt like that feels like at the end, like the 1, 2, 3 at the end is sort of like running the album out. And that's the same thing that Exoplanet was doing, right? Like Exoplanet sort of like feeding off the build up of the album, and it definitely feels like the three of these songs do the same thing with this album, which is awesome. Like again, like same thing with Cicada Siren, like borrowing from Meshuggah. Like you can take these little like pieces of like great genius ideas that came from elsewhere and integrate it into something fucking unbelievable.
You
Fucking
should
awesome.
be, yeah.
And like
Yeah.
you can tell that's like the end of that song is fucking. I was getting some fucking goosebumps at the end of that. Like that, like feeding off like the silence outlives the like the earth or whatever. Like that was a sick. It's a sick moment to feed into that.
I think this album has a good chance of being one of those albums where once you've listened to it enough, you realize how the whole thing flows. We're not there yet because it's so new.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's got that feel early on, and you just gotta listen to it enough until you get that sense.
The other thing that I did notice, and then this is just like a logistics thing, I guess, for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. If it's just I don't know, but it seems to me to be a thing lately. For at least it's now 2 bands in a row in like the span of the same whatever it was few months to like not put any capital letters in their fucking song names. So if you look at the
Who's the other band?
Deftones. So Deftones just came out with an album.
So Era's just grabbing shit from everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they borrowed that from Deftones. So I don't know. Yeah, obviously they did because Deftones was a little bit before.
I did notice it. I thought it was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did the same thing. So Deftones, all of their songs off of their last album, Private Music, everything is in lowercase, obviously intentionally. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like them acting like they don't give a shit.
It looks weird.
Yeah, it looks weird. It looks. It's like an artist trying to pretend to be nonchalant or something. like we don't care. We're just putting. We're just gonna slap these. We're gonna like grammatically just fucking fuck around with the back of the album. But that's what it feels like. It's just sort of like another part of it that's kind of borrowed from that, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a dope song.
The first one of the last 3 there, The Many Names of God.
Yeah.
Until they released, for some reason I just saw that song first. I thought the song was called "I, the Many Names of God."
like
Right?
I like as if like I am God.
The Many Names of God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I who knows what the reference was, but like, my mind thought that's what the song was called.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a 1, 2, and 3 of the back of the album, but yeah, I can see that. But it is odd that they did that way. Like I don't know. I guess just doing it all, even like the way that they numerically did it at the end there, just interesting. Like even the Contortionists when they did it at the back of Exoplanet, they still like Roman numeraled their like the last 3, right? Like it was like 1, 2, 3, like in capitals eyes rather than like the little lowercase. Like I don't care, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know. For me right now, I'd be 8 or a 9.
Yeah, let's keep it an 8. Yeah.
Gym Sports.
Back to an 8.
Yeah.
Not that heavy, really.
Yeah. Work Study. I kind of like.
I think it's a great song. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say
it's a great song.
8 on that one. Live might be fucking sick live. I feel like the end of that song, like you could finish a show like that pretty good. I'll give it a 7 for now, but I feel like the end of that, like that could
doesn't go like heavy, like a nice heavy.
No, but it would be a good wrap up to like, you know what I mean? Like the end of that fucking that would be a good ender for a show for sure. I think. Party, kind of the same, maybe a little more. I'll just leave it on a 3 for now. But I feel like there's somewhere where you can kind of get away with that. Maybe a little more on Family, like maybe 2, maybe.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah,
just a tiny bit better. Wilderness Soul Trip, I think actually up there. I'm gonna say 8. Like there's something more like, you know, adventure-y to that song. I feel like kind of more of like an epic sort of vibe to it. Lady Time, same thing. I'm gonna leave it at a 4. I think you can kind of get away with it in some circumstances. So I'll put that on that one. All right, so moving on to the last little piece here. I wanted to check out the end of some old school era. So one thing that they didn't really do, like, you know, I'm not really like disappointed per se, but like
they didn't do what Lamb of God did and go back and grab too many good old songs.
Well, I mean, ultimately,
They did
like,
Skyline.
obviously, and there's also two different eras. It's the only two. For what it's worth, Lamb of God, other than Chris Adler, haven't really like changed out their band members to the same way. Obviously, JT didn't exist, far enough back with Era at points, so like it just makes sense that they would avoid
Didn't go
some of
back
the
there.
older stuff. At the same time, though, for what it's worth, I forget the old singer's name. I think it was Garrison something. He was still pretty good too. Like he was like old school sort of. It's the same similar as JT for what it's worth. Like honestly, JT's one of the old school style metal vocalists still around, and he honestly wasn't that far off from their old vocalists really. But there is something. Old Era is like, it's fucking dope. Same thing where it's like it's got to grow on you a little bit. Like you got to give it some. I mean, we covered Andromeda. I think it's one of my favorites from them. Like old stuff, like Impulse. Like this would be like pre JT Era. To me, Invent. I'm surprised. I thought this would be a little bit bigger of a song than it is. This has actually been a good breakup song, actually, to be honest, as well. I think. Like I feel like I don't remember perfectly now, but I feel like lyrically it definitely like fit that sort of realm with it. Again, it's old school, so you're gonna have like a little bit. I wish they would remaster this. This would sound so fucking good live.
It's definitely
like
a breakup
remastered.
song. I'm just reading the lyrics.
Anyway, Invent by Era. This is one of my fucking favorites. This is gonna be so good. Old school Era. Yeah, classic era.
That was nice.
Fucking solid, yeah. Again, definitely like a really good breakup song. Actually, like one of the songs that like would have to
Sure.
get through a lot. I feel
100%.
like Augment was the album that came in with like Ray on the cusp of JT coming into the band.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that because that album was split. I remember that like Irresistible came out.
Where did we find them? How did we find them?
I for some reason I remember it when like Ray at the cusp of when Irresistible came out. Like I think Irreversible. When Irreversible came
Yeah.
out, I feel like that was when we kind of cut on with them, and that was
Yeah.
like right on the cusp of them getting JT in the band. And I ended up going through a bit of a phase going backwards with Era, like through their older shit, and like again,
Yeah,
Impulse is fucking dope. It's a really good album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dope. Again, one of those like obviously like it'd be so nice if they like remastered it. That would like sound pretty fucking legit. So well, also like we mentioned this before. Like there are some of the songs like back in the day where I think Jesse was sort of struggling vocally, but the ones where he did nail, like he really like had a good fucking place in still.
Well, so listening to it there, it sounds so much different like, recorded. So like one of the things that Lamb always did, there's an old documentary, I forget which album it was, but it showed like Randy's recording process.
Hmm.
And one of the things he would do is he'd run around, he'd literally sprint around the block, smoking a cigarette, and then he'd run in and do to try and like make it as like maximum, like this is how I'm gonna be on stage type thing, right?
Mm.
So they were trying to set it up. They were recording it to make it so they could do it live. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas it sounds like this, they probably didn't do that. So that's what made it almost impossible for him to transition it live. That's what I'm guessing it is, because he sounds so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, he probably doesn't sound that much different naturally,
Mm.
but he sounds so much different there than he does now on the recorded
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure. Well, he's also evolved like from what his vocals like from this like
Yeah,
stage
I guess.
for sure. But
But you have to record it in a way to make it so it's playable live naturally, you know?
yeah, but like this was his place though at the time too, where it wasn't like because it did get to a point where he was like overbearing with the lyrics, where like whereas this is like just enough clean lyrics on the side of it to really like accent
right,
what was going on, and it sounded
Yeah,
like, this was like the you know a perfect mix situation where like he still had a perfect place with this clean vocals there. Again, obviously, like I think if they remastered it and he could you know add his more like refined vocals to it, like there's some definitely like huge potential for that song to just like sound fucking ridiculous. I like instrumentally that song is phenomenal. There's guitar in that song that's just fucking sweet.
Yeah.
It's fucking
That
solid.
Garrison guy actually gave me a little bit of like a Bleeding Through vibes, a little bit early on there in the song.
but you can kind of hear like he's not that far.
I
Like,
miss that old school
JT
vocal.
could definitely still do it. Like he's old school metal vocalist like that, and JT still has that essence of that in him. He could definitely do it. I don't think I've ever seen them do live. Invent live, to be honest. I think they have done Render the Void, which is another one that I would also recommend from this album. Render the Void, same with Andromeda as well. Impulse is just yeah, it's a dope album. So driving, kind of chill though. Like I kind of keep it in the same realm, like 7.
Yeah, I'll drop down just a little bit, yeah.
Gem 6, 7. Work
yeah,
study, I kind of like it. Like as a work study thing, that's kind of like there's something to that. You know what I mean? Like just like I don't know. There's some parts of that song that I feel like would be kind
I
of
think
nice.
it's fine.
I'll leave it as an
Yeah.
8. Live show as is probably less, but I feel like if they like honestly,
There's no individual standout parts.
well, the guitar solo in that would be sick live, and then like
True.
I think part of me would love to hear it live just for them to remaster it that way. You know, like I just for that side alone, I kind of want to say it's a little better. Like I'll just leave it at like a 7-ish. I think that there's some real potential there that if they ever like tried, maybe not
Again,
part
because
of it.
these old school vocals and stuff, there's no way, yeah.
Yeah, maybe a 2. Family, 2.
Again, the old school vocals.
Wilderness Soul Trip. I'm gonna actually like again for what it's worth, like the contents of it, I think it's fine at an 8. I would say the same thing. Like
Yeah.
a good like
Yeah.
trip on that one. Again, like for a breakup,
Drop back down a little
this has
bit.
got to be up there. This has got to be like an 8.
Well, true, yeah, for a breakup song, yeah.
Like, this is gonna be one of the better
breakup.
breakup songs, at least like for Era for sure.
Yeah.
That's one of the better ones for
Yeah.
those. Like, again, you're not inadequate. Like, don't rely on a being that's not fully absent.
Sure, breakup song.
Decide who will be the creator, who will be the inventor. Like, it's some good fucking person that'll really like pull you out of some dark shit. So yeah,
That'll gain the songs some points in the overall ranking.
because of the way that we did it this time, I didn't save them all. I wanted to like string them along and then like amalgamate them. What I'm gonna do for this round, I think, is from the editing. I'm just gonna fucking amalgamate them in the description. So if you want to, like, if you were watching this whole thing, you probably like saw, you know, all the different rankings that we had. You can see where they stack up. At some point, we're gonna like create like a Google Doc or something that'll keep ranking all these, and then we'll have like an ongoing list.
That's the goal ultimately, is having a full
Eventually,
ranking
we'll have
system.
a nice good list where you can see where this stuff will stack up. In the same kind of way, like we'll have it like consolidated in some ways. Again, I think it's out of 80, and then we'll just have, you know, each of them like an overall score, generally speaking. I'm gonna put that kind of stuff in the description below if you're ever interested for this video. I don't know if we'll do it differently otherwise. Like hopefully maybe at some point I'll figure out a way to like add to this and make it like a little more streamlined like this. Both of those bands are this channel's bread and butter at the end of the day. Like, you know,
Era has come up through the ranks, man. Like, Era is up there right now. You know.
yeah, it's true. They're getting like that was also a pretty solid venue for them to fill. Like
That's what I'm saying.
for them to
dude.
be headlining that
That's
venue.
that was a Lamb of God sized venue forever.
Yeah,
You know, all of a sudden Era's headlining it. Like,
yeah.
that Current sounded sick.
Currents is that'd be worth checking out too. Like we could definitely do a touch on them at some point.
They were sick, man.
Yeah, they had some good shit. I guess they're getting up there in terms of how long they've been around, but obviously not as long as Era. So like maybe they're like a newer age. Like they definitely felt like a younger
Yeah,
crowd.
so like
maybe.
Alex.
Like right off the bat, I felt like there was already a clear difference from the old Currents to the new Currents. That's the only thing I could kind of feel like.
Yeah,
You could kind
which
of
is cool, which is fine.
Yeah, it's like some of these bands, like Valmaya is another one. Like if you're fresh to Valmaya, obviously you should try to go backwards. And like same with Born of Osiris. Honestly, like if you're on
Velmai would be the biggest surprise, I think, if you went back
at some
like, all the way
point,
to
yeah,
Come.
yeah. Once you get past Matriarch,
Because if you go
get,
back
like,
to most bands, like first album, it's like
Yeah.
this is kind of scratchy, whatever.
yeah,
But you go all the way back to Comments Class, be like, this is like the cleanest album I've ever heard in my life.
yeah.
Like, what is this?
Yeah, for what it's worth, the comments. Yeah, we've talked about it enough, but yeah,
It makes
the
no
comments-
sense.
It makes no sense. Yeah, it is a weird. Well, I mean, it's both. Like I don't know, just the recording of that album is just such a anomaly.
It's so clean.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and no one really does it like that way anymore. Fucked. Even from my perspective, just from like the little bit I was hearing of Currents there, I felt like I would be wanting to go backwards in time with Currents because it sounded like
We're
their old
gonna
shit was probably where it was happening for people like
We're
us.
gonna have to get into Current.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Coming up next, we're taking another look at some old school classics. We're going on a nostalgia trip. Coming up next. Stay tuned.
Cheez-Its! 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 Cheez-Its!